Cali FPV, thank you for a $5 super chat. I've been running my O3s off of battery voltage. Everything has been fine. Would it be wiser to use a 12-volt BEC, or am I good? Callie, I think that it is always safer to use a BEC, or voltage regulator, as some would call it, because it will help protect the air unit from voltage spikes. Now, we know that the Caddx Vista has an issue where if there's too many voltage spikes, or too big of a voltage spike, or you just get unlucky one day, I don't know what causes it, the diodes on the TX and the RX lines will fry, and then you won't be able to, your OSD won't work anymore, and so forth. The TX and RX lines basically fry. I speculate, I don't have proof for this because I don't have any actual statistics, but I speculate that that is way more likely to happen when you're running on VBAT than when you're running on a regulator, because the regulator will help filter out voltage spikes. Now, we don't know about the O3. The O3 is still new enough. I haven't heard of anybody frying their TX and their RX lines on an O3. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened, but I haven't heard of it. So it's possible that the O3 is better engineered and can take the voltage spikes and you don't need the voltage regulator. But the voltage regulator will never hurt and might help. The only thing I would say is make sure that the voltage regulator is adequately sized, because if the voltage regulator isn't big enough, and 12 volts 2 amps should be 24 watts, which is, I think that like the absolute most that the O3 might theoretically pull is like 16 or 17 watts. It's less than 20 watts. I'm pretty sure about that. So at 12 volt 2 amp BEC, 24 watts should be good. But bear in mind that some voltage regulators are ambitiously rated. So if you're running off a VBAT, at least you know you're not going to brown out and lose the O3. So make sure that the BEC is well-sized, and I think that it might be a little bit of safety, but it might also just be unnecessary. That's what I'll say about that.